Hi, beautiful people. I'm really glad to have you here again. I'm back with another video about the practical steps I took in order to overcome hormonal acne that I struggled with for 4 years. Yeah, my whole campus life, I was struggling with hormonal acne. So I'll actually put some photos of me while I had hormonal acne back then. So after a number of years of doing my research, painful research, because everything was not working. All the skincare products were not working. So I got frustrated in those 4 to 5 years, 4 years, yes. So after a long research, I got to find out that hormonal acne will not go away due to the products that you put on your face. The most important things that cause hormonal acne is your gut. How is your gut health, and also how is your health generally? Yes. So I decided to make steps towards working on that. So what is the first thing that I did? The first thing that I did was to stop all skincare products. Yeah, remember, I told you that I had tried, we had spent money, me and my family, we had spent a lot of money on different skincare products. My friends used to recommend me different skincare products that came in the name of, oh, this will fix your pimples, blah blah blah. Do you get it? But nothing seemed to work. So after my long research, I decided to stop any skincare product and just use, I actually remained on aloe vera gel only. So I just used my face with clean water and then smear aloe vera gel, or I actually used to use aloe vera gel as a cleanser. I use it, then I use it with water to wash my face in the morning, and I use it as a moisturizer as well because I was tired and exhausted of every skincare product. Yeah, so I stopped every skincare product, and then I now started to focus on my gut health and my health in general. So what I did next, I started intermittent fasting. In a nutshell, intermittent fasting is in a day of 24 hours, you have specific hours in which you will eat food, and then specific hours in which you totally don't eat food, but you can drink water anytime you want. So I decided to eat within from midday to around 8 p.m. That's the range of time that I had my meals. Then the rest of the hours of the day, I did not eat anything. So that is how intermittent fasting works. So it's like within 8 hours you will eat your food, and the rest of the hours of the day you don't eat anything. Okay, so how does intermittent fasting help? Intermittent fasting helps. First of all, it has a lot of benefits, but one of the benefits of intermittent fasting is that it reduces the times the sugar spikes in your bloodstream. Okay, whenever we eat food, we eat anything, it spikes our blood sugar levels in the blood. So what intermittent fasting helps with, remember, you reduce the times at which you eat food. So you give your body time without any sugar spikes. Or if we are to go medically, we have that insulin hormone that helps to curb to balance out the sugar that is being spiked in the blood. But whenever your insulin levels are constantly high, it leads to hormonal imbalances. And remember, hormonal acne is caused due to hormonal imbalances in your body. So when you have those constant sugar spikes, when you're eating every time, you will get constant sugar spikes, and which will directly affect your hormones, which will lead to hormonal imbalance, specifically in a layman's language, estrogen dominance. And whenever we have estrogen dominance, this will lead to such conditions like hormonal acne, fibroids. Okay, so I started intermittent fasting. Yes. practically what I did, I used to start my first meal around midday. Then my second or last meal, I would eat it around 8 p.m., not later than 8 p.m. So then the rest of the hours, I would not eat anything except drinking water, of course. Yes. So let's go into what exactly did I eat? What did my plate look like? The exact types of foods that I started focusing on. Remember that our aim is to reduce the sugar spikes in the blood so that our hormones remain balanced. Okay, as I explained earlier. So I'm explaining in a layman's language. So, but medically, I would be speaking another language. Yeah. So in a layman's language, our focus is to reduce the sugar spikes. Okay. So now you have to first get to know what are the types of foods that contain a lot of sugar when they are digested in the body. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to just share a few examples with you, but then you can go and do more research about the types of foods, or you can you can type in the comment sections what you want me to do a detailed video on. Okay, so the foods that you have to first know, the foods that are very, very high in sugar in case after being digested. Okay, so the first type of foods is the processed sugar. That sugar that you add the extra sugar that you add in your tea, the extra sugar that is added in the manufactured drinks, the juices that are manufactured. So that is the first thing that you have to drop. So for me, what I did, I stopped taking sugar. Sorry, my water is dripping, so my tap is running. So I had to first I actually stopped taking sugar, manufactured sugar. So whenever I was taking tea, I don't put any sugar. I stopped buying the soft drinks. I resorted to drinking water only. Carbohydrates are also a type of food that contain high sugars when digested in the body. Okay, so when you eat the carbohydrates, they are after being digested, they turn into the glucose level is high when they are after being digested. But we have types of carbohydrates. So we have the complex carbohydrates and the simple carbohydrates. So the simple carbohydrates are those that you need to be careful of because they either don't have the fiber content or they have a small amount of fiber. Meaning, if they have a small amount of fiber or they don't have the fiber content, when you digest the simple carbohydrates, they will highly spike your sugar in the blood. So those are to be you have to be careful about that. I stopped the simple carbohydrates. I actually didn't stop. In some cases, you may fail to stop, but at least you do portion control, whereby you put on a plate that carbohydrate has to be a very little portion compared to the other portions on your plate. So that is what I mean. Okay, but for me, because I wanted to see results of my research as fast as possible, because I was tired of seeing my face with acne, I completely stopped the simple carbohydrates and resorted to the complex carbohydrates. Why are complex carbohydrates better? It's because they contain a more fiber content, and that fiber content helps to reduce the after you digest the complex carbohydrate, it helps to reduce the sugar spikes. Okay, so the fiber that you ingest with those complex carbohydrates manages the sugar levels. Okay, so now what are the examples of the simple carbohydrates and complex carbohydrates? Okay, so for the simple carbohydrates, we have the processed, anything that is processed. If it is maize flour, when they have processed it and removed the fiber content in it. Okay, so you just have to search for the examples of simple carbohydrates around you. Okay, rice. Okay, so for the complex carbohydrates, so we have the sweet potatoes and more. So I'll not dive in deep into the examples of each type of foods. Maybe it will be a video for another day. So I've already told you that I resorted to complex carbohydrates. It does not mean that you have to eat a lot of the complex carbohydrates. No, you eat and you do portion control as well. So now, as we have realized the types of foods that are high in, that quickly turn into high sugar when you ingest them. Now let's look at the types of foods that you have to increase on your plate. So the first type of food you have to increase on your plate is proteins. Proteins will help you a lot because you will get the energy that you need from the proteins, but as well as you're getting the energy, your blood sugar is not being hiked. Okay, so proteins should be very high, should be very of high content on your plate. Then also fiber, anything fiber, and any other nutrients, because actually the other micronutrients are mostly found in green vegetables. So anything green leafy vegetable that you can eat, it has to be high on your plate. So in a nutshell, about how your plate should look like, you have to eat more of protein and fiber and less of carbohydrates. Okay, because the energy you think you need from the carbohydrates can be got from the proteins as well, without even spiking your blood sugar levels. Okay, so that is the step-by-step procedure I did in order to overcome that hormonal acne that was disturbing me for a very long time. To me, it felt like 10 years. Yes. And how long did I start seeing results? So I started seeing results in the 3rd month of starting that journey. In the 3rd month, and I started feeling so relieved. My family was like, wow, you're clearing up, and I started feeling so excited and proud of myself. I was like, oh God, thank you for having me do that research and helping me to push through all that period. But as you can see my face, I'm not yet there, but the hormonal acne specifically, like, it went. I no longer have hormonal acne. They only come like once, like one acne or two when I'm approaching my periods, but it's even rare. I can go like for months without having the hormonal acne. So yeah, thank you so much for listening, and I'm looking forward for your questions and what can I make a video on, what can I explain more about. I'm here to share with you my experiences, and watch out for other videos of where I'll be talking about of other types of acne, because I've had all the types of acne that you know. Yes, so I feel like I'm the right person to listen to. Okay guys, see you in my next videos. Bye.